Hi everyone, this is Lisbeth Stoll, Cottage Caboodle. Come on in. I have some fun things to paint with you today. I just can't get enough. I can't get enough. And I have several ideas. So we're going to go with one of the ideas today. And, you know, it just, we have to make some decisions here. So come on in. Let me know you're here. I am going to make sure that, let's see here. Let me make sure that I've got everything on here. It's not turning red yet. That's not a good sign. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Let's get this turned down, make sure that the volume is off, and that way I can see the comments and everything is good. So that is wonderful. So I hope everyone's having a great day. Happy Wednesday. I wasn't planning on, when I saw you yesterday, I wasn't planning on having this, hello Colleen. I wasn't planning on having this time on Craft Round the Clock, but there was an empty spot and I decided to pick it up last night. And so, hello Pam, how are you? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. It is still morning here. I've had just a couple cups of coffee. I'm doing well, thank you very much, Colleen. Everything is good. The sun is shining, you know. So it's not going to be too hot. I'm happy about that. So it was such a pretty sunrise this morning. I'm from Washington State, and so from our kitchen and upstairs window and our front porch, we can see the sunrise, and it rises behind, well, around, sometimes behind, but around Mount Rainier. So it was really, really pretty this morning. So welcome, welcome. Hello, Kefany. How are you, sweet friend? Hello, Cheryl. Good morning, good morning. I hope everything is going well for you. So we are going to be doing something fun today. Hello, Debbie. Hello, hello. I will be in Houston next month. Just passing through. Just passing through. So hope everything's going well. I got these, I had ordered these pieces, and I got them just last night, and I couldn't wait. I just couldn't wait. So we're going to do one little version that I have in mind, and then we'll be coming back with some other versions, I'm just sure. Hi, Melinda. Good morning. And we've got a lot to do, and I always run out of time. So I want to make sure that I use my time wisely. This very well could run into a second live, and that could be maybe next week. So don't fret. It would, we will finish. And also the kit is not going to be, it's not on my website right now. It will be later today when I post the pictures. If we get done, I will post the link to the kit. If not, I will post on my page the link to the kit, even if we're not done. So just check back later on today if you're interested. I am. I'm having a great day. All days are happy days, I think. And I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that Powerball is mine tonight. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. It's, my dad used to say, there's no better dream, right? For however much money you spend, you can't get a dream better than thinking about, you know, what if you did this, what would you do? And it's sure been fun for a lot of people and having those conversations. So I'm going to turn my camera down. Hello, Shane Stoll. Oh, he's saying hello to Cheryl, not to his wife, but to Cheryl. Wouldn't it be wonderful? It would be so much fun. It would be so much fun to win. Okay, so I'm going to turn the camera down, and hello, Bonnie. I hope your vacation's going well. I hope it's going well. I am Lisbeth Stoll. I love to paint and create with paint and help others create with paint too. So I have Cottage Caboodle. I love to get on Craft Round the Clock, as well as my Facebook page, Cottage Caboodle Lisbeth Stoll. If you haven't joined Craft Round the Clock, you really need to. From early in the morning until late at night, there are people doing all kinds of wonderful things and showing you. I'm always learning something. So make sure that you've joined it. It's free. You just have to ask to join, answer a couple questions just to keep it safe, and you're on your way. Hello, Roberta. And so don't forget to do that. Also, if you haven't followed me, I'd love for you to follow me. And good morning, husband. And I'd love for you to follow me and do some crafts with me. So I am going to get started. I'm going to turn my camera down and wait till you see. I have got fancy dancy witch's boots that I've already base coated the legs and the boots black. Now this is a file from Sarah over at Booksy and Button, and she has some really, really cute things. Now when I saw this, good morning Sharon, it also has some little bats that can hang off the toe, and super, super cute. You could put them wherever you wanted though. So we're gonna get started with that, and I just thought they were too cute. Hello, Renee. You couldn't get me on Craft Round the Clock. Am I not shared over there yet? It might be that I'm not. Is anybody watching me on Craft Round the Clock? It could be that I was on, you know, I signed up late last night, so to take an empty spot. So it could be that I'm not there yet. But if you're seeing me on Craft Round the Clock, will you let me know? And that way I'll know if I've been shared. So, okay, well, we've got our little boots, we've got our socks. I base coated them lamp black, and I base coated them. Let me turn off my notifications so that's not binging the whole time. I want to make sure that you know, I get as far as I can, but this is just lamp black. I use Decor Americana paints, and that is what this is all about. You're still on your first cup of coffee. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, nobody's seeing me on Craft Round the Clock. Uh-oh. Let me make sure. I'm going to go over here real quick and just make sure that I am on Craft Round the Clock, and let me just check real quick. Sorry, hold please, Let's see. Am I there? I am not. So we're going to take care of that. Okay. Alrighty. Sometimes, you know, people who are helping with all of this, they get busy too, and get, you know, it's okay. We can make this happen. We can make it happen. And as soon as I start to make it happen, then I bet you someone will be there. So hold on just a second. Let me get down here. I'm going to share over to a group, and we're going to share to Craft Round the Clock. Sorry, you guys. I promise. There we go. There we go. We should be in there in just a couple of minutes now. Hopefully. So, it has to get approved, but that'll give a little reminder. So thank you for being here. We are going to get started, and hopefully people won't be too much longer. Now, I've got the boots, I've got the legs. We're going to start though with the legs, or with the boots, I mean. These things, whatever these things are, this is what we're going to start with. And we're going to make these some sparkly boots. But first of all, I want to use an all over stencil just to give it some, oh, you know, a little bit of character, a little bit of texture. And I don't want it real super noticeable. So I want to try a little bit of the color Zinc, which is a deep, dark, kind of a charcoal gray. So there's that gray. And then I'm going to put a little bit of slate gray with it, just in case I need to lighten it or brighten it a little bit. So hello, Valerie. And I'm just going to put that up here. And then I'm going to get a little stencil brush. Hello, hello. Thanks for coming in, you guys. I so appreciate you. I so appreciate you. I hope that we're getting over to Craft Round the Clock soon. I bet we will. I bet we will. So I've got a couple of stencils that I like to use. This is one of them. It's just swirls. It's an all-over stencil. It goes great with a lot of different things. I've got a couple of others. When I was kind of planning and thinking about this, this is one that I thought would be cute if I was going to do the texture on the stockings, but I might do that another time. I think I'm going to use this one. This is just from, this is in my Amazon favorites, and it's just an all-over stencil. I got a whole set of them, and they're just great. They're just a lot of general stencils. They're just, you know, for texture and stuff. So, let's see. Is anyone seeing me from Craft Round the Clock yet? Anyone seeing me over there yet? I don't know. I'm going to get into that zinc, that darker gray, and I'm just patting it. That's the sound you hear. I'm patting it on my palette just to get it worked into my stencil brush. And I am going to lighten it with just a touch of that slate gray. Just a touch of that slate gray. And not yet. Okay, well, we shared it over there, and I'm not sure what's going on. So there might be some technical issues, but if it doesn't get over there right now, that's okay, because later on they will share it and it will be just fine. So I'm going to just start tapping this color on this boot. Now, I don't want it necessarily a real solid coverage, so I'm not using a sponge because it's going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to have a lot more paint, and I really want this just a little indication of some pretty pattern. And once I know that my paint is a little bit less on there, then I can come on over. I'm still not on Craft Round the Clock. Well, I'm sure that I will be soon, and if not, it'll be shared a little bit later. And that is just what I did, what I could, and I'm just gonna go with it. I'm just gonna go with it. So thank you for checking, though. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And so you guys are going to get the first glimpse of this guy. So I'm just giving it a little bit of this real pretty pattern. Again, I don't want it too noticeable. I'm going to scuff it up. I'm going to make these look used. When I think about Halloween type witches, I don't do scary, I just do fun. And when I think about this kind of stuff, I think of the Sanderson sisters, and you know, it's just a fun way of thinking about Halloween and a story and all of that. I don't think of the, you know, the icky stuff. And but I love Hocus Pocus, the movie Hocus Pocus. It is just one of the most fun little things. So I'm just going to put, notice that when I did the heel, I didn't line it up. I just put it down and kind of looked for an open area like I am now. I'm not matching up the pattern. This is kind of a random pattern. Hello. Hi, Pat. Well, I'm glad you're here with me live. Hi, Lori. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And I'm going to tap this over here and just a little bit of that gray. And once I've got the juicy part off my brush, then I can kind of come on over and swirl it so that it gets a little bit brighter and a little bit deeper. Now I got that a lot brighter down at the toe, or at the instep kind of thing. But that's okay. That's okay. We're going to be doing some sanding. We're going to do some kind of wear lines on here, and just kind of get this a little bit fun. You love Hocus Pocus at your house? Oh, I do too. They just crack me up. They just crack me up. And I love Sarah Jessica Parker in it. I love, of course, Bette Midler. I love the whole thing. What fun characters, and again, not scary. I also taught in an elementary school for many, many years, and you know, to see the kids and how excited they get is really, really fun. So, hello, Donna. I'm hoping that that's not a bad thing. I'm hoping that it's a good thing. I'm just giving this a swirl now. And remember, I'm using 2 Americana colors. I'm using zinc. And where do you get the boots? Well, I am going to have them on my website. And I will post the link later on my page. This may be a 2-part kind of situation because I have so many ideas, but this one is going to be, are you ready? The silver version. The silver version. They're going to be on my website. And I have to tell you, I am super excited about the price I get to offer you. They are, for the set of 2 boots, 2 of the leg pieces, and the 2 little bats that go on the toes, is $15. And these are huge. I mean, really, they're almost about 10 inches wide, and without the legs on them, they're 7 inches tall. So they're going to be a substantial piece, and I've got some ideas of what you can do with them. So, but yeah, I think they're going to be super cute. They'd be really cute on a wreath, but I also think that, you know, how cute would these be if you just hung them, but hung them like at the top of your door so it looked like just the legs were hanging out. I think that would be cute. I think that it would also be cute when we put them together to take just, you know, maybe even a piece of barn wood and put a sign at the top. I was thinking broom parking or something like that, and you know, just something kind of clever and just fun. But I just thought these were too stinking cute. I couldn't resist. Couldn't resist. Again, the file that I bought to cut these is from Sarah over at Booksy and Button, and she always has such cute things, and I can't believe that these are just too cute. These are just too cute. So I've just got a little bit of stenciling. You can see that some of it has overlapped. I wanted it to look like it was just kind of hand tooled or something. There are legs and bats too. Yes, 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 yes. She ran into the door. Exactly, exactly. She has got the same kind of sense of direction that I do, I think. So what you can also do is take that same brush and maybe just put a little highlight on the heel. And I would recommend having these boots kind of near each other, so when you do something to one, you can do it to the other. And then maybe on the toe, put a little bit of that brightness on the toe. And what you're doing is just giving it some motion and some movement. And it doesn't take very much to really give that a little bit more, just a little more oomph, right? And we'll put a sole on there and that kind of thing. I think that it needs a little bit right on the top part because we're going to lace these up. And notice I haven't put more paint on my brush. I'm just using what was in that stencil brush. There's not a ton in there. Hi, Fatima. I'm on Craft Around the Clock. Thank you. Wahoo. Wonderful. So I'm going to take and just put a little more here. I think we could use a little up at the top too. Now I don't want to cover up any of that real pretty pattern that I have, but I'm just going to give it a little bit of highlight. And then when I'm pretty much done, I can look at them, say, yep, I think that that's going to be good enough. Good enough, good enough. Hello, hello. If I missed you coming in, I am so sorry. And welcome. I'm Lizbeth Stahl. I have Cottage Caboodle. I love to create with paint and help others create with paint. I'm using Decor products. This is a kit that I'll have on my website. The stencil is from Amazon. It's just an all-over stencil. Any all-over stencil will work. Just, you know, just a swirly kind of a stencil. And then the boots are going to be a kit on my page. These are big, and they come with the legs and the bats that hang off the toes. And they are, for the set of 2, the pair, you can't have one boot, you have to have a pair of boots. They are $15. And since I'm kind of getting them a little bit late, I want, you know, I don't have a ton of them. And so we'll hopefully get everybody who wants one a pair. But I'm going to take my, I'm going to get things in the, if I'm not careful, I'm going to get things in the paint. I want to get just a little bit of a sole on here. I'm just going to put a little bit of that zinc on there, and I don't need it to be super even or anything. I'm going to take the chisel edge with that slate gray and then just give it a little swoosh at the heel, and that will just draw attention to that heel. Then I'm going to go over here to the sole and do the same thing. And I just want it to look like a pair of well-loved, well-worn boots. And I'm just going to come up a little bit on there. And then I'm going to go with that light gray and just swish it at the sole. And I guess I could do it this way too. So just a little bit of a sole that just kind of anchors that down there. Makes it look like she's got, you know, nice boots on. And I'm going to just take this and do the same thing. And I'm okay if they're a little bit uneven because these are well used. They're probably, you know, loosened up in soft leather because she wears them all the time. They're her favorites, I'm guessing. Hi, Mary. Oh, wouldn't it be cute to do the 3 Sanderson sisters boots? Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm thinking? And you have to be careful. I have to be careful because I don't want to get in trouble with any kind of, you know, copyright infringement or anything. But how cute. Have you ever seen the cups and the mugs that, like, they don't really have the faces, but like they have the hair that matches. They have all the different, you know, the color of the dress and all of those things so that it nods to the Sanderson sisters, but it wouldn't be necessarily, you know, something that is just them. It would give you that feel, but maybe not exactly. So, hi, Crafty Hog Mom. How are you? Oh, I'm glad you like them. These are just a fun little kit that I've got, and they're going to be on my page. I just got them. I ordered the sets of them, and I just got them yesterday. So I haven't even had time to play with them all that much. We're going to jazz these up a little bit more in a minute, but I'm going to let these dry, and we're going to work on the little legs. And the legs are these little guys that will fit into the top of the boot, just like so. How cute is that? Super cute. I think it's super cute anyway. Alrighty, so one of the things that I really love about these kinds of things is that you can use some fun colors. Now, I don't think of just orange and black when I think about Halloween time. I think about orange, purple, and green, a brighter green. And so those are my favorites to use with all of these. And so, oh, a big pumpkin body, oh, would be super cute with a little ruffly kind of skirt underneath the pumpkin. So cute, so cute. And So I think, yeah, you're speaking my language. You're speaking my language for sure. Now you could do fancy, real even lines, and you could tape them off. You could use, I'm going to see if there's something. Yeah, I don't want flowers. I've kind of got this all over pattern. I don't know that I want to stencil again. I'm just checking. These are my other all over stencils that I have, and I don't see anything that's exactly right. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to stripe them, but I'm going to casually stripe them because I don't want a whole lot of interference with what we've got going on for the boots. I've got plans for those boots, you guys. I have plans. And, oh, thanks, Vanessa. Thank you, thank you. It feels like I have no hair anymore. so thanks. It is kind of crazy when you get a bunch cut off. So, I'm going to keep this all gray, black, and silver is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to grab my, yesterday in my group, we were talking about making kind of a fabric motif, kind of a, you know, just that cross hatching kind of a deal, and making it look like linen or fabric. And I had a brush that was working really, really well. And now it has disappeared. It was right here. I know I didn't put it away. Oh, you guys. Oh, you guys. Okay, well, let's go with plan B. Let's go with plan B. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. I'm so glad you like it. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, I am thinking here. Let's see. I am not seeing the color either that I want. Now, this particular brush was just a funny little brush, and it's a basket weave brush. It's used to make basket weave, and it's a brush that I rarely, oh, there we go, that I rarely use. Now, some people will make this out of a chip brush and cut little notches in it. See how it's got like just a few liners, okay? And we're gonna take this, and I wanna get a good purple that will show. My purple that I was gonna use is almost empty. So I think what I'm gonna do is grab the purple I was gonna use is Purple Rain. And I'm gonna put that upside down on my palette. And then I'm going to grab this, it's called Lavender Haze. Lavender Haze, and we're going to use a little bit of that, and we're going to stripe these stockings. We're going to stripe them, and we might need to add a little bit to above your shoulders. Yeah, I got 4 inches cut off yesterday, and so it definitely feels a lot different, a lot different. So I'm going to take this brush, and I'm going to get some water in it, and I'm going to make a little puddle on my palette that just has that thinned paint. And I want it to go on here real nice and smooth. I don't need these stripes to be perfectly perfect. I'm just going to start in the middle. And I'm going to go, oops, I got a big one. That's okay. We're going to show you how to fix that. I just want it to look like tights, okay? And once this dries, we'll be able to fix that where I push down too hard. And I know it doesn't look like much right now. We're going to get this on. This is Lavender Haze. You got 8 inches. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it feels definitely a lot different. But my hair grows fast, so if I'm not happy with it, but I am, if I wasn't happy, it wouldn't take long for it to grow back. COVID made my hair start to fall out. I had heard of that, but I'd never, in the times I've had COVID, I've never had that happen. So I'm going to get that on there. It could be a hole in her stocking, you know, it could be. And that's the fun part about this, is how fun would it be to put a little hole in her stocking and a spider, or even just some eyes coming out. There are so many ideas that you can do with stuff like this. So don't get, you know, don't get too caught up in some imperfections. It is too hot, you're right. You are right. Okay, this isn't as dry as I want it to be, but I don't want it to get too hot. So now I'm going to rinse out my brush, because what I want to do is at least mask that that hole is there. And you know, I'm going to work my magic. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of pressure there. Right there, there's a lot of pressure. So I'm going to take that, that same brush, and I'm going to get a little bit of black, and I'm not putting near as much water with it. And I'm just going to go through that area. And you see how it just takes it away. I can just add some of those stripes back in there. And we're going to shade this. And by the time we chip B and do all our things, it'll be fine. Okay, so now I'm going to go to this darker, deeper purple, which is Purple Rain. And I'm going to go over, well, it's still got that other. I'm going to go over that, and I just want it to look like kind of purple striped stockings. I don't want it to be perfect. And I'm going to give this a little bit of sanding, because I have the plans for the tops of the boots too. So I just want her to have some little purple tights on. And we'll just go down. It's getting dry, so I'm adding a little water. And you can do this as many times as you want. If you prefer the lighter purple, you could go back over it with purple. That other purple, the Lavender Haze. And again, this is Purple Rain. So I've got just those stripes. Chalking at the White Elephant. Hello, hello, hello. See, I told you magic. You're funny. You are funny. Oh, goodness. You guys are good for an ego, for sure. For sure. And you guys, the school district I used to work for, today is the first day of school. Do you know how good it feels to be doing this? Wahoo! And none of that. Okay, so we're going to let that dry. They're not very fancy yet. They're not going to be super fancy, but they do look like they are. Hello, Christina. How are you? They do look like they are tights to me. So that's what they're going to look like. We're going to put these just down so that you can see kind of a dry fit on these boots. Oh, that's perfection. Sparkle colors. Did someone say sparkle? Yes, we are going to put those on later, but we're going to let these dry, and they can sit over here and marinate for a minute. They can sit over here, and then we're going to take this, and we need to get some of this just a little bit. We want these boots to look like they have been worn. So I'm going to take my little sander. I need to first lock this little guy because it keeps flinging all over. And I'm just, you know, when you're sanding, it makes a difference whether or not you're at an angle, whether you're touching more of the, at less of an angle so that you're more on the surface. And I try and do that a little bit in a varied kind of way when I sand. I'm going to go this way, I'm going to go this way. I don't want, like I said, I don't want these to look like new boots. These are fancy special boots. So you can see how they look a little bit different, one versus the other, with their little edges and stuff. I kind of like that. Okay, I'll sand for you. I'll sand for you, friend. How are you, Damon Oates? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. I need to schedule a time to chat. The boots are going to be available on my website, and I will post either with the picture if I get done today, or they'll be on my business page, the link on my website to the boots. The boots are very affordable. A pair of boots, you don't miss the first day of school at all. No, me either. Oh, howdy. Not even close. Not even close. The boots are $15 for the pair, and that includes the 2 boots, 2 legs, and the 2 little bats that you can hang off the toe if you so choose. Okay, so now my friend Damon, he doesn't like to sand. He doesn't like that feeling. He doesn't like the sound. I don't know. He just, you know. But if you don't like it, you don't have to do it. If you like the look, you can enlist a friend. Or you can, you know, skip that part. I'm going to go over these little holes too, where we're going to put the laces. Just a little. My website is lizbethstull.com, and they're not on the website yet, but they will be. And then my Facebook page is Cottage Caboodle Lizbeth Stull. There we go. There we go. So there we have it. We've got these all sanded, and I think they just look better that way, don't you think? I think that they're just a lot more fun this way. And we're going to take and put these to the side now that we have them all grungied up. And hopefully, these aren't dry though. I'm going to just go like this. Now, this next part, you could use a stencil if you wanted. Hi, Sharon. Is budget... Oh, no. I don't miss that at all either. I do not miss that at all. No. You know, and I always felt like we were at the school trying to make money go 10 times farther than it ever could, you know. And so it was kind of a futile conversation and so frustrating. So frustrating. Hi, Karina. Hi, Linda. I'm glad you like them. I'm glad you like them. Good grief, where does the time go? You guys, this is craziness. I'm going to take a wider brush, and I'm going to just take a little bit of that lamp black, and it will just help to make these have a little bit of a shadow where they go into the boots. So I'm loading paint on one side of my brush, not the other. I've got water in it, and it's just going to shade them so that when they go in the boots, they'll look like there's a shadow there. We're going to do the very same thing to the top part of the boot, and I've got paint all the way across. Hello, how are you, Carla from Idaho? We are neighbors. I'm in Washington State. And I'm also going to do this right across the top. Now, again, that little bit of shadow is going to make it look like, you know, they're going somewhere. So if you were to hang these, earlier we were talking, and if you weren't here, earlier we were talking how fun these would be if you hung them at the top of a door. Or somebody said, what if you took a big pumpkin and put them on top of the legs? Because if you haven't seen them, this is how they look. So they go into those little boots. How cute is that? Oh, thank you, Fatima. I try. I want you to know how I'm coming about all this. I don't, you know, it's not It's just magic. And I think the key is when you've got an idea, before you go and say, okay, I'm done. Oh, you're in Maple Valley. Oh my goodness, we are really neighbors. Oh, thank you, Cheryl. Cheryl just posted the website email, or the website address. Sorry, the email. Oh dear. So I do want to do, before we aren't going to get these finished. I do want to teach you just a little bit though. But before I do that, I'm going to show you how I'm going to put a little bit of glitter on here. And so I'm going to take a little bit of, and I want you to see this. So I'm going to put this on here. This is just black glass glitter. Okay. Now, I sell antique glass glitter. This is just regular glass glitter. This isn't the fancy stuff. This is just real sparkly glass glitter. And I'm going to take an old brush, nothing special, just an old brush that isn't working for pretty much anything else, but will hold some of this medium that I want. Hopefully I can find something. So we'll use this. And then I'm going to take a little bit of, this is decoupage. You could use a gloss varnish. You could use this. You could use, this is like the Decor version of Mod Podge, but this is the gloss. And so what I'm going to do is I want to, that's the lower part of my boot. And what I want to do is take a little bit of that medium and tip it into the glitter, okay? And then I'm just going to make just some little swoops with that medium and that glitter. Now, it's not going to probably hold, it's not holding as much as I want it to. So I'm just going to kind of randomly go around. And instead of doing the way I was going to do it, I'm going to just scoop up some of that glitter with my palette knife. And while that medium is wet, I'm going to put it over. So I'm using this decoupage medium as an adhesive. Okay. So if you don't like to sand, and if you are glitter adverse, this is not what you want to do to your boots. But I'm here to tell you, it is absolutely positively what I want to do to my boots. So, but that's okay. You don't have to do it my way. Go ahead, just do it wrong. It's all, no, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. But you can do all different things. You can use a glitter paint. So now that I've got that on there, I'm going to just tap it off. Uh-oh, you are not going to believe this, you guys. So now her stockings have this little side motif that goes up the side. So she's got fancy stockings on. Can you even take it? I mean, my goodness, that is just too cute. And so this is much easier than trying to get the glitter to stick to my brush. And I'm not matching it. It's just a random little kind of a swirl. And I can put some dots in there if I want. And yours is going to look a lot nicer because you're not going to hurry it like I am. We'll go like that. And then I'm getting bigger as I go. But if I find that it's way off, then I can go back and add once it's dry. Oh my goodness. I just can't. That is so stinking cute. You just happen to have some glitter? Oh my goodness. I know you do. I know you do. So I'm just sprinkling that over. I'm going to give it a couple of little taps just to get that glitter all over that adhesive. And now I've got those little cute stocking you know, the little decoration on the side. How stinking cute is that? So, okay, and a sign, it would be cute. It would be really cute. You could also put it on a wreath. You know, it doesn't have to be, I've seen the wreaths that are like the black shiny, like greenery. And this is just the end of my brush, the handle of my brush, and I'm just adding a couple of dots here and there. Nothing really a pattern, just a few, just to give it a little more opportunity to sparkle. And I even wore my shirt that says, "Don't let anyone dull your sparkle." And I know I'm getting close here. I've got 1 minute. So you can add a little bit more. So you can see that those polka dots are really going to give it just a little more glitz and glam. Okay, so that's what we're going to do with that. We will come back though, and remember I said I was going to give you a little bit of a tease. Well, let me show you. I have got, sorry, that was loud. I've got some silver sparkly mesh that I plan to use. I've got I don't know which of these we're going to use. These are from the Dollar Tree. I got black glittery spiders and silver glittery spiders. So these glam boots are going to be all glammed up. So that is what I'm going to do. And I know for a fact that I am on at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Monday, and I hope that you come and watch. I'm going to finish up the glitter on these stockings, and I will get them, the kits posted on my website and on my page so that you know where to find them. Again, for the boots, the stockings, and the 2 bats, it's $15 for the kit. And you know, you don't have to use my stuff. You could cut these, you could do your own boots out of cardboard and it would be darling too. So don't feel like you have to buy anything from me. That's not why I'm here. I want you to just have fun creating some fun and funky fancy boots, and we'll do these in a less fancy way too. But I hope you have a wonderful day. I've gone too long, and I will see you soon. Happy Wednesday, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. This is Lisbeth Stoll, Cottage Caboodle. See you soon. Bye.